Final act, my eyes on you and your eye on me. Ruiz sighed.
I'm seriously in a bad mood. I want to hit something. I'm in class, but I'm so pissed I can't concentrate on what's being taught. Last weekend, they said there was some kind of event going on, so I went into town to check it out. What I saw there really disgusted me. I saw another group of students from school there. I'm not saying I hate them just because they're from my school though. What disgusted me was that they were with one of my classmates, Usui Sachi. Of course, I couldn't start something there in that crowd of people, so I just beat the crap out of a trash can and went home. I hate those guys. That girl with only one eye, well, she's fun to kick around, but I don't hate her because of how she looks or anything. I hate her because she's a spineless insect. Even if I insult her, she never gets mad. Even if I grab her leg and trip her up, she never tries to fight back. She never complains. Hell, she never even glares at me as she's scurrying away. The way I see it, there's no reason for me to stop anytime soon. She'll never ask anyone for help. She'll never even have friends who can help her. I hate her, but I love how she trembles when I hurt her. That's why she'll always be my punching bag. But lately, something's been getting between me and my punching bag. There's been some second year guy I screwed all that up. There's been some second year guy who I think only transferred in a few months ago, and he's been sticking his nose where it doesn't belong. I doubt that weakling just asked for help from some upperclassman she doesn't even know. I bet he's just helping her because it makes him feel good about himself. It lets him feel like he's better than someone. But I don't care how much he needs to use her as his pathetic confidence booster. She didn't do anything to deserve that, the coward. She just got lucky. This weekend, she was with that second year guy and two others, and she looked so happy, ugh, it made me sick. I've seen the other two she was with before. I especially remember that Akemi girl. In middle school, she came to preach to me about how I was so mean or some crap with that stupid white knight attitude. As soon as I found out she was in the high school I waited to see if she'd come at me again, but she never did. I doubt she wants anything to do with me anymore after what I did to her. But now, I feel like she spit in my face. I'm running out of patience. Finally, the bell rings and school is over. Sachi's going to try and be the first one out of the classroom again, but today, I'm not going to let her get away. I reach the doorway before her and stop her from leaving. Hey! Yes? Come here, I want to talk to you. I grab her arm before she can say anything and drag her out of the classroom. That hurts. I want to kick this girl's ass right now. I would normally start using her as my punching bag right then and there, but this time I need to find somewhere we won't be disturbed. School's over, and the only students on the stairway are those going to their club activities. I drag her up to the door that leads to the roof and pin her there. Oh, stop, please. Did that little bitch just try to talk back to me? What the hell did you just say to me? Any resistance she wants to show me leaks out of her, and she shuts her mouth. Her white knight friends must have been trying to get her to stand up to me. I don't like that, and I let her know by driving my fist into her stomach several times. This time, all she does is take it. So much for standing up to me. See, she'll never change. I shove her, and she stumbles backwards. As she comes tumbling down, something falls out of her pocket and hits the ground with a clatter that echoes in the stairway. Looks like it's her cell phone, and she's got a new strap on it that I've never seen before. I pick it up in my left hand before she can, and move to smash it against the ground. No! She stares at her phone like a retard. But her eye is suddenly on me, and it's full of rage. I've never seen such a piercing, angry glare. It stops me before I can throw her phone. Her freakish eyeball is only making it worse, and that eye seems to be brimming with courage I've never seen in her before. Leave me alone already! She jumps back onto her feet, and I can tell she's not going to back down this time. Huh? And give me back my phone! She's yelling now. I'm so surprised to hear her raise her voice at me that I stand there stupidly for several seconds. And then the phone in my hand starts to ring. He's calling! Give it to me! Like how I'm going to just let her have it. Give it back now! But she doesn't wait for me to move and, marching up to me, tries to snatch the phone out of my hand. No, you don't. I shake her off and aim a punch at her face. And she tries to block it. I've never seen her fight back or try to protect herself like this before. She's no fighter though, so even with this newfound energy, she can't stop me from driving my fist into her face. But even though my blow connects, she stands her ground, barely letting out a sound and regaining her balance right away. Before I can pull my hand back, she grabs onto my wrist. Give it back! And again, she reaches for the phone in my left hand. Now that she's holding onto my right hand, I can't hit her as easily. I push into her shoulder with the arm she's latched onto and kick her left leg out from under her. She's already leaning forward and reaching for her phone, so this easily throws her off balance. Reflexively, I push on her again and throw her onto the floor behind me. I turn around to follow the throw up with another punch. Or I try to. Oh shit! We're on the stairway. There's no floor behind me. I had sent her flying with more force than I meant to. Everything seems to slow down as she flies down the stairs toward the landing far below her.
Wait, Sachi's not here yet? I thought you went to find her. I arrived at the shoe rack at the exit of the school building to find Tomo and Akemi waiting there. Today, like always, I went straight to the first year classrooms to meet Sachi. I couldn't find any trace of her though. Thinking I might have missed her, I headed here.
Oh, maybe you just didn't notice her in the crowd.
No way, she would have said something to me. We've never missed going home together. I don't think she went home early either.
Wait, hang on a sec.
Akemi runs up to a passing student and asks her something. Someone she knows? Well, yeah, but you've seen that girl before, haven't you? Akemi's asking her about Sachi-san. Now that he mentions it, I think I do. I sometimes see her when I go to meet Sachi at her classroom. Actually, she's in the same class, isn't she? Man, Akemi really does have a big network of friends. Whatever the student is telling her, Akemi suddenly looks very worried and she runs back to us.
Makun, she said that after class, Sasha left the classroom with Rui-san.
With Sarakawa? Where did they go?
That much I don't know.
I've got to find her. Hey, Mamoru, geez. Well, I guess it would be more efficient if we split up. Mamoru will probably be going to the upper floors, so Akemi, you check the first floor. I'll check around the outside of the building.
Gotcha.
Until now, Sarakawa's never actually tried to take Sachi anywhere, or at least Sachi's never told me if she has. I've got a bad feeling about this. I climb the stairs as quickly as I can. Wait, what am I doing? I should try calling her before I go searching blindly. I take out my phone while I'm running up the stairs and call Sachi. Of course, until she actually picks up, I can't do anything but search blindly. I pass the second floor by. Those are our classrooms, and if Sarakawa is going to take Sachi somewhere, it's not going to be anywhere near us. If she took Sachi outside the school, she would have had to go past Tomo and Akemi since they were waiting by the shoe rack. The first floor has too much traffic going through it, so she wouldn't go there either. Given all that, it's very possible that she took Sachi up to the third floor. Finally, I arrive at the top of the stairs on the third floor. But now what? There haven't been any clues that might point to where they've gone so far. Sachi hasn't answered her phone, but it must still be ringing. I rest at the third floor landing, trying to figure out what to do next. I hear a ringtone coming from nearby. It's got to be Sachi's. They must be close. It's coming from somewhere above me. I immediately think of the stairway leading up to the roof where Sachi and I ate lunch together not so long ago.
Give it back!
I hear a voice cry out from the same direction. It's definitely Sachi. I sprint up the stairway. The moment I turn on the midway landing between the two floors, I see Sachi flying down the stairs in front of me, and behind her is Sadakawa, arm outstretched. Watch out! I jump up the stairs, my body operating on instinct at this point. Sachi! My mind goes blank as my body dives forward, just barely managing to get my arms between Sachi and the floor, and the force of her fall brings us both down. It's not what might be considered a graceful catch, but at least I stopped her from hitting her head. Sachi, are you okay? I get a hold of myself and manage to stand up before helping Sachi to her feet.
Senpai, you came for me.
Yeah, are you hurt?
I hit my knee, but I think I'm fine otherwise.
I guess I couldn't completely protect her. She grimaces as she lets go of me and tries to stand on her own. As I look her over and check for other injuries, the first thing I notice is a bruise on her face that she didn't have when we met for lunch today. It doesn't look too bad though, so we can deal with that later. Okay, well, right now I think we need to get you to the school nurse.
Senpai, are you okay?
Yeah, don't worry about me. I couldn't completely support her when I caught her, and her weight brought my arms down to bang against the floor. That, of course, hurt like hell. But I can't show any weakness right now. I'm not screaming in pain at least, so there's probably no permanent damage anyway. Hey, Sadakawa. I lock my pain down and turn to face Sadakawa, who is still standing at the top of the stairs. Oh my god, I want to just punch her right now in the face. If I hadn't been here, Sachi probably would have gotten seriously injured, or worse.
Like I care. It was an accident anyway.
But she looks away from me as she says it. When Sachi was falling, it did look like Sadakawa tried to reach out for her, so she probably isn't lying about that. But that doesn't make her any less responsible. And I'm sure she's also responsible for that new mark on Sachi's face. Stop bullying Sachi.
Yeah? Why should I listen to you?
Because you almost got her killed just now. What do you think will happen to you if I tell a teacher or your parents what you did?
Yeah, if you don't leave me alone, I make sure everyone knows what you're doing.
Sachi doesn't retreat behind me. She just stands her ground, looking Sadakawa in the eye.
Are you threatening me? You've got some nerve.
Sadakawa walks down several steps, advancing towards Sachi menacingly.
I just want you to stop doing this.
Sachi doesn't back away as Sadakawa approaches.
I can stop. I can't stop. I can't stand weaklings like you, and I refuse to let someone as pathetic as you do as you please. Then I'll tell. But I won't let you snitch on me. If you do, there'll be trouble.
What are you saying?
I'm going to disappear.
Huh?
I'm saying I'm going to leave this school. It's not like I have any friends here, and I can't mess with you anymore, so there's no point in me being here. I'll transfer to a different school. My parents don't give a shit anyway. You don't have to go that far. Shut up. I can't even stand to be around you anymore, and I can't let you snitch on me, so I'm leaving. Got it?
Sadakawa presses Sachi's phone into her hand before heading down the stairs. We watch her go and keep staring at the stairwell even after she's gone, both of us completely dumbfounded by what just happened. After a while, Tomo and Akemi appear on the stairs in place of Sadakawa. Mamoru, Sachi-chan, are you guys alright?
We just passed Ryu-chan on the stairs. Was she here?
Yeah, she was. I don't really know what just happened, to be honest, but she said she'd stop bullying Sachi. She also said that she hated her and was going to change schools.
Wait, Ryu-chan said that?
Yeah, I don't know if she's serious or not. There's no way that's going to happen. Well, why not? Didn't Sadakawa say she was going to change schools in middle school as well, Akemi? It was all for a similar reason too, I think.
What the hell? I'm going to go talk to her.
Akemi rushes down the stairs, and we can hear her stomping down the hallway even after she steps out of sight. Hey, Akemi, geez, that girl. Tomo follows her down the stairs.
Will Akemi-senpai be okay?
Tomo's the one I'm worried about. Well, whatever. Sadakawa said she was going to transfer to another school, but I wonder if it really is that easy, you know?
At least I can do more than just cry now.
Yeah, you stood up to her. I was amazed, honestly. You're completely different from when we first met.
It's all thanks to you, senpai.
You give me too much credit. In the end, you're the one who stood up to her, not me.
Even so, thanks for everything you've done, for helping me change, for finding me.
Hey, you know, this is where we first met, isn't it?
We haven't come back here in a long time, have we?
Yeah, lately we've been having lunch on the second floor with Akemi and Tomo.
I really am grateful to you, senpai.
She has changed. She hasn't been studying nearly as much as when we first met, and she smiles a lot more as well. And when we talk, she looks right at me instead of, well, anywhere else. But that eye of hers never changed. It stayed bright and shining this whole time, and I can't get it out of my mind. We stand there in silence for a while. I gaze into her eye, and she gazes into mine. Hey.
Yes?
You know, even if she doesn't leave the school, I don't think she'll be hurting you anymore.
I think you're right. I'm not the weakling she thought I was anymore. And when push came to shove, you really were there for me, senpai. You saved me.
Well, I guess that means, well, your wounds are finally going to heal.
Yeah, I guess so. Do you want to touch them while I still have them? I mean,
This freaking wound touching again. Sure.
Okay.
Sachi closes her eye and presses her body into mine, just like last time. Maybe it's selfish of me, but I've been waiting for this. I put my right hand on her shoulder, just like last time. But this time, I don't put my hand on the scar on her brow. Instead, while her eye is still closed, while she's so vulnerable, I put my free hand under her chin and lift her head up before putting my lips to hers. I let our lips touch for only a moment, just enough for Sachi to feel it, and she rears back a little, blinking at me in astonishment.
That was unfair, you know.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Do it again. Do it right this time.
Now we're even, I think. Her eye has caught me in its spell, and I couldn't refuse her even if I wanted to. I take her by the shoulder again as we slowly come together. Her eye is open this time. Just as I feel myself being drawn into her eye, I draw her body close to me. Alright, so that was the end. Oh, kind of an abrupt end, but it was the end nevertheless. So, you know what? Before we go, we got a little time here left. Let's check out some extras here. Ooh, there's a gallery. A gallery of all the pictures. All the pictures from the game. Cool. We can look at them really close. There's a jukebox. Okay, we got all the music. Cinema scenes. Oh, that's cool. So let's look at this part again. I mean, this just ended really abruptly. There is an afterword. Thank you so much for buying and playing through Love at First Sight. This is supposed to be an afterword, but since my thoughts about the visual novel and the story of its production stuff are pretty much covered in the extras you unlocked after you cleared the game, I don't really have anything important to say here. I guess this is just going to be my last word to you if you don't mind listening. I first created the heroine of our story, Usui Sachi, about 2 years ago. This all began as a few illustrations I posted on Pixiv as a mock-up of a game. I have been living in America for about 6 years now, and I return to Japan once every 3 years or so. My next My next return lined up with Comitia, so my first time participating in the event as a creator was going to be Comitia 107, and I had planned on selling this game there. By the way, if you're wondering why I chose to publish this story as a game instead of a doujinshi, that's because it's not nearly as easy to print your own doujinshi in America as it is in Japan. It's not easy at all, in fact. Plus, printing a book in color is expensive, and since I've never drawn manga before, I didn't know if it would actually sell. I had a bunch of leftover DVDs, and I figured that if I made a game, I could burn them all onto the DVDs myself. So basically, I decided on making a game because that's what was cheap and convenient for me. To be honest, I thought to myself many times along the way that maybe drawing a manga would be easier. A game needs a story and music on top of programming the actual game. I really ended up paying for my selfish decision. I didn't start working on the game until about 2 months before Comitia, and I almost didn't make the deadline. I did most of the work myself, but I worked together with Kuyo on the music. Aside from the tracks Missing Love, Hopping Steps, and Lazy Head, Such and Such did all of the tracks for me on a MIDI keyboard on his computer. I helped out here and there. There probably wouldn't have been as many tricks as there are if I had tried to do it alone, and I don't think the music would have turned out as well as it did. I really owe Q101111 a lot. Since I tried to do this in such a short amount of time, everything came out worse than I had planned, though I'm not trying to make excuses for the quality of the game. Hey, I think the quality is really awesome. I wanted to implement more than one route, and I also wanted a bunch of events to happen throughout the game so everyone would experience a unique story. But it turned out that all I had time for was a visual novel with one path. All you can do in this story is Wusashi, and there's not really much of an overarching theme. I feel like it ended up being pretty flimsy. There will probably be a lot of scenes where players start thinking things like, shouldn't this scene have more art to go with it, or this looks rushed? And I think I'd agree with them. I didn't have enough time. If I had just one more month, I could have added more art or fixed parts of the story I didn't like, and I thought about releasing a patch to do all that. I think that the things I ended up cutting for the time might have been interesting, and I'd like to try adding them in again, though don't count on me fixing this version. At the very least, I was able to learn a lot and have fun working on this game. If I ever try making another game, I think I can make it better than this one. The next one will have a lot more stuff, but I also want to try making a more game-like game. Like a game where you wander around a labyrinth in an unknown world. I mean, I'm not even sure what is going to be the next one, and I'm going to take a break from making games for now. It really takes a lot out of you. Ultimately, I've got a lot of regrets surrounding this game since it doesn't even come close to the vision I had for it, but I've always planned to make a game with the character Suisashi, and finally doing that feels very rewarding. Once again, I want to thank Q1011 for taking part in this visual novel's development, and I want to thank you and all the other players. Finally, I'm very grateful to all those who helped out Sachi Usui from before the game's development and onward. I'm truly grateful to you all. Well, hey man, that was really awesome. I like this game. I love the story. I became very invested in the characters. I love Sachi. She's so freaking awesome, and Akemi and Tomo and all the even the bad guy character Rui was actually kind of interesting, and I would have liked to see more of that. Man, I definitely want to see more of this game. I hope you consider making a sequel, even if it's linear, man. I don't mind the linear. I thought it was cool. I just enjoyed the story, and that's the most important thing to me. There's